Well, I'm where I need to be, and I'm bringing you friends along. As I said in the very first video, after all those lab results, get away from all the dry stuff, all the technical mumbo jumbo, and really have a heart to heart. Really have a heart to heart, and that's what these videos are going to be from here on out. First, I just want to thank you. The outpouring was it was awesome. A lot of the comments that I read, I was bawling. The just to see and hear how my journey in my life, from even back in the homestead, has really affected people, has really touched people's lives. We've made such connections, and to really see that and hear it and read it, it was pretty awesome. Look at Mario. It was pretty awesome. They were good tears. They were really good tears. And I thank all of you for that. I thank the ones that contacted me personally through the email. I thank you for that. And words, again, all the words of encouragement. And I'm going to be posting these heart to hearts. And I just want people to understand real quickly why. I'll just throw this out here. I have so many people come to my channel, and throughout the years it has changed, it has transformed. And the people that are coming, so many have been with me for such a long time. And now there's new people coming, and everybody's seeking something different. Well, with this journey, it's a new chapter. But there have been people who are being fed in a different way. And if I can feed people, if I can give them hope, if I can make them feel less afraid with these diagnoses of these terminal cancers or whatever diagnosis you have, if I can show people not just my walk as a believer in Jesus, but just my journey as a human being, and the power in having the right mind frame, the right attitude. For me, it's my faith, but it's really important too to have all of those components to be able to successfully get through this, to successfully every day put one foot in front of another and be okay. To be able to get up in the morning and not be so overwhelmed with your prognosis. I want to progress to what I put up a couple days ago. It was about the lab test, and now the next step. And I want to talk about the bone biopsy, because that is usually the next step when it comes to multiple myeloma. The reason why they do it is they want to see the percentage of plasma cells in your bone so they can formulate a plan. And I don't know if this video will help anybody. I certainly want to advocate you making your own choices. It's going to be really important that when you walk in this, that you stay in control of what is being done. You make the decision. I always rely on God opening doors. I mean, He gives me clear direction. I always get clear direction. God is not a God of confusion. And if you ever feel unsettled and in your spirit, the Holy Spirit is trying to tell you something if you feel unsettled. And for me, when Dr. Pula went over my results and said they were not so good, and I said, well, what's the next step? And he said, I want to do a bone biopsy. I just said, no. And the reason being is I had read some things about bone biopsies in general. And the body has a wonderful way of protecting itself, especially like when it comes to cancer. You think of a tumor, and a tumor's encapsulated and all the cancer stuff is in there. And then what the medical establishment does is they take a big old needle and they poke holes in the tumor to get a biopsy, right? And then they breach the encapsulated cover, the protection that the body has built around those cancer cells. And that's what I thought. I just imagined that big bore needle going into my spine, and those plasma cells coming out, the bad plasma cells coming out. And I wasn't scared, but I just didn't want to go down that road. I thought, this could have the propensity of making the multiple myeloma spread. Now, I will say at this juncture, and I'm talking about, this was just me. This is what I read. This is what was going on in my head. But it certainly gave me pause to say, no, I don't want it. What ended up happening then is Dr. Poole was not very happy, and then I just asked him, I said, well, if I don't get it, then what's the plan, right? Because there's got to be a follow-up plan with what's going to happen to me. And he very smugly said, yeah, you come back in 3 months, and we'll draw labs, and we'll see how many organs are damaged. We'll do a kidney, and we'll do the liver, and it's almost like I didn't hear him right. I mean, it was really disappointing, because it's almost as if he was giving me an ultimatum, like, I'm telling you, if you don't listen to me and get the bone biopsy, you're just going to get worse, and the cancer's going to spread to your organs, and you're going to be done. That's basically what he was telling me, and not so many words, by the way he presented that to me. And then I was just like, forget it. Just forget it. I'm leaving. I got to go home and I got to pray, because I'm not liking what I'm hearing. And that's exactly what happened. I went home and I told my brother about the bone biopsy, and I said, nope, I'm not going to get it. And Dr. Poole actually just turned me off completely. Well, of course, it took me some time to kind of settle down, which I did. And as the weeks progressed, I started thinking a little bit more serious about what that entailed, and did I really need it? And for me personally, in August, even to now, the bone biopsy just isn't an option. And I'll tell you, friends, why. A lot of it has to do right now with my living conditions. And you friends did an outstanding job at coming around me and taking care of me. And, the ball was dropped in a lot of instances. And I think it wasn't dropped purposely. I just think, my spirit just wasn't settled. And so the position that I'm in now is I don't really have a home. So in order to get this bone biopsy, I need a place where I can rest, where I can be taken care of. If the pain gets bad, or if I go backwards with my immune system. So you see, when you are going down the road of being treated, you gotta have some stability. You gotta have a place, right? And right now, I still don't have the stability. And I know for all of you, your goal was to get me a place to be stable. And you probably wouldn't have cared what it looked like. Many of you said, oh, you rent a home, rent an apartment. There's some great ideas out there, but it's not what unfolded. And it is what it is. And God is still in control, and God is still sovereign, and I'm still happy to have a roof over my head. But the facts of the matter is, because of my living situation right now, I cannot have the bone biopsy. Now, it doesn't mean there's not going to be one in the future, but that's where I'm at. So the next step is I continue with my natural treatment. I continue juicing and raw, and doing all the supplements. And I got to thank all of you for the Amazon list. Someone suggested it a long time ago. In fact, many people suggested it, and I didn't want to do it. But there is a cost to staying healthy. We all know that, right? And I am blessed that I have that Amazon list, because I tell you what, the specific supplements that I am on are proven to be cancer fighters. There is specific supplements that are needed to actually destroy monoclonal proteins, to actually halt the spread of certain cancers, to help boost the immune system, to help detoxify the liver, to help keep my kidneys healthy. It is a whole regimen and a whole protocol. And if I don't have those supplements, I mean, that is my medicine. That is the medical management of this cancer right now. So because of you at home, I will get, right out of the blue, I'll get a bottle of black seed capsules, which I needed. Or SACT will show up out of the blue. Or a superfood supplement will show up out of the blue. I mean, it's always when I just need it, just when I'm running out. In fact, this week I think I ran out of vitamin D with K, and there was something else I ran out of. And I'll guarantee within a couple days it will show up. And that's God working. That's God working through you, friends. And I hope you see that. That, those of you who get it, right? You see the blessings. It's a continual blessing for all of us. I'm being blessed, you're being blessed. And I tell you that Amazon's list is saving my life. I want you to know that. And all the incidentals, like I had someone buy me an air purifier. On the Amazon list, someone ended up buying me, and people came up with this stuff on their own. I got my water Berkey that way. I got the juicer that way. These are expensive items. Money runs out real quickly when you start purchasing all this stuff. And those are all going for the care of this cancer. So thank you. But that's my heart to heart right now. And there's going to be more. But I do want to end on a big hug. Thank you. I love you. The Amazon list is really working, and he's getting treats too. He's getting treated too. And thank you for that, because you guys love Mario, and he's a package deal. He's my medicine. He's my medicine, just like all of you are. And I am thankful. All right, there'll be more coming up, and I'll just keep you posted and keep doing these heart-to-hearts. I hope it's unfolding and uncovering some things about what I'm going through. And I hope it's inspiring and encouraging other people who are going through the same thing. You're not alone. And if you need prayers, please lay it out there, because we will pray, because prayers are being answered every day. All right.